I have a feeling that what that experience is you being able to see something that exists around you.
Well, a lot of people are very hopeful. I wasn't one of them per se, but this idea that we were on the edge of some disclosure, that the government was going to start telling us things about extraterrestrials, and remember that?
Well, the creepiest one that kept going around was that they had brought together a bunch of pastors to talk to them about disclosure, because disclosure is going to disrupt the fabric of society so greatly.
Right.
And the question was, what were they going to tell them? And so what I have been hearing from people that supposedly know things about UFOs was that they were told that religion was created by aliens to keep people in line, and that humans are the product of accelerated evolution, and they needed some sort of an origin story that made sense with rules and morals and ethics and guidelines to follow and something to worship, because without that, people are lost. And so that these aliens have created that.
Well, please let Trump say that in a press conference. He's the president to say that.
Yeah, I got to talk to him. I'll have dinner with him.
To get on there and go, guys, listen, we don't know what's going on. The Straits of Hormuz, they're open, they're closed, they're open, they're closed. Who gives a fuck anymore? Anyway, there is no God. You were all created by aliens, and you were told a bunch of lies about it. Good luck. Keep going to work. Markets up. Straits open, markets up.
It's not even that there is no God. It's that the God story that you've been told it's formulated in a way for your tribal primate brain to accept and understand.
Right.
And that there's probably a true story to all of it. If you go back far enough, and if you got the actual events that they were trying to lay out, there's too much of stuff that's in the Bible that is historically verifiable.
Totally. But do you think they didn't tell people that because they thought it would be too disruptive?
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff that, when you talk about the Bible, right, you're talking about a series of stories.
Sure.
Right? Especially when you get to the Old Testament. It's a series of stories. And some of these stories aren't in the Bible that were a part of the religious canon of the day. And one of them is the Book of Enoch. So Anna Paulina Luna told me about, she's like, you really have to read that. And I was like, okay. She was so adamant about it. I'm like, okay, let me read it. So I listened to it on tape in the sauna, which is the perfect way to do it. I'm listening to an audiobook. It's 195 degrees.
Okay.
I'm sweating my balls off. I'm dying in there. And I'm listening to this fucking crazy account that is in the same Dead Sea Scrolls as they found the Book of Isaiah.
Totally.
The same collection of these religious texts. And it's all about how the Watchers came down and mated with the daughters of man and chose them as wives, and then created this race of beings called the Nephilim, which were giants that ruled the earth. This is in the Bible. They talk about the Nephilim in the Bible.
In the Bible,
they talk about Enoch. He's referenced in the Bible.
Right.
But the Book of Enoch, the stories that are in the Book of Enoch, are fucking bananas. Completely bananas. And the only reason why it's not in the Bible, a bunch of rabbis decided that it didn't align with the Torah. The Torah or the Talmud, I forget which one. But they decided this contradicts some of the stories that are in other religious texts, so we're going to keep that one out.
Interesting.
Because it was a collection of these things that's all together.
Who are these rabbis?
Exactly.
Right.
Well, who are all these people that wrote these things down? I have this bit where I read out of the Book of Ezekiel, and there's the hilarious parts of the Book of Ezekiel, and then there's also parts that sound like they're talking about a UFO, these profound experiences, and then other things we're talking about a prostitute. It's very funny.
Right.
But this whole thing is a bunch of people's interpretations of stories written down, passed down generation to generation, written largely intact once it was an original piece. So they found the Book of Isaiah in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's identical to the Book of Isaiah that is 1,000 years newer. So that was older than the Book of Isaiah that they had by 1,000 years, the oldest one they ever found, and it was verbatim.
Right.
So once they got these stories down, they wrote them over and over and over again, and priests would learn to do that, and monks would learn to do that with their religious texts. They would rewrite things over and over again as part of the practice.